A teenage girl was walking home from a friend's house. The path was lonely, dark, surrounded by dense trees, but she was never seen arriving home. From that day on, she vanished without a trace. The police moved quickly. A massive operation was launched involving hundreds of officers and volunteers. Searches were carried out in more than 1,400 locations: homes, garages, warehouses, even abandoned buildings. The entire city was shaken. What really happened to this girl? And who was behind this dark tragedy? The story begins. We go back to Leeds, West Yorkshire, England. On September 27th, 1984, a baby girl was born, Leanne Tiernan, daughter of Sharon and Michael Tiernan. She grew up with her older sister, Mishia, in a loving family, even though her parents eventually separated. Leanne was known as cheerful, friendly, obedient, and a good student. By the year 2000, she was only 16 years old, still young, with her whole future ahead of her. The day Leanne disappeared, November 26, 2000, Leanne went out with her best friend, Sarah Whitehouse. They went shopping for Christmas and New Year's supplies in the city center. After spending the day together, they took a bus home. On the way, Leanne got off first. She had to walk through a pass called Hog Hill, which usually took only a few meters from her home. Sarah continued her journey. They waved goodbye, promising to call each other once they got home. But that night, Leanne never made it. When Sarah called Leanne's house, her mother, Sharon, answered anxiously. Her daughter hadn't come home. A call to Leanne's cell phone briefly connected, then cut off. Repeated attempts ended the same way. By 7 p.m., Sharon reported her missing to the police. The search began, the massive operation. Police combed the path Leanne had taken, but there were no traces, no clues. Day by day, the search expanded. This operation became one of the largest in local police history. Hundreds of officers and volunteers were involved. Searches were conducted in 1,400 locations within a 500-meter radius of where she was last seen. Helicopters were deployed. Divers searched rivers and canals. Even landfills were drained. But months went by with no result. For 5 long months, Leanne seemed to have vanished into thin air. The shocking discovery. August 20th, 2001. A man was walking his dog in Lindley Woods when he noticed a suspicious plastic bag. A foul stench filled the air. Insects swarmed around it. When opened, it revealed human remains. Police arrived quickly. They found 9 green plastic bags, some wrapped in a floral blanket. Inside were dismembered human body parts. Later confirmed to be Leanne's, forensics concluded. The body had been stored in a freezer for several weeks before being dumped. Evidence found with her remains: yellow cables, a scarf, and a leather dog collar pointed to a brutal murder. Uncovering the killer, police examined all the evidence. Eventually, a single strand of male hair was discovered on Leanne's scarf. DNA testing was carried out on hundreds of men in the area. The results pointed to one man, John Taylor, 45 years old, a divorced father of 1. To his neighbors, John seemed ordinary, working as a delivery man, an animal lover, never involved in serious crimes. But behind that, facade hid a terrifying darkness. The dark side of John Taylor. The investigation revealed John's disturbing fantasies. He enjoyed tying women up, imprisoning them, and committing sexual violence. His ex-girlfriends and several other women testified with shocking details. He even once confessed to having the urge to tie up his own daughter. Police found incriminating items in his home, including cables and tools identical to those found with Leanne's body. Pollen traces in Leanne's nose matched plants from John's garden. Trial, gun, sentence. February 15th, 2002. John Taylor stood trial. The judge described his crimes as truly appalling. He was found guilty of murdering Leanne. The sentence: life imprisonment with no possibility of parole. Later investigations revealed that John Taylor had been committing sexual assaults since the late 1980s, but it was Leanne's case that finally put him behind bars forever. Closing. Now, This story is a chilling reminder of how fragile our sense of safety really is. Leanne was just a 16-year-old girl coming home from shopping with a best friend who never made it back. From this case, we learn the importance of always being cautious, especially when walking through isolated paths. The world is filled with people who may look ordinary, but hide the darkest of hearts.